Welcome to the ISL Minute. I am Dan the Deep Ditrich, and this is Coach
Pat Pepperman.
Woo! Today marks the end of the offseason for the OTL, or the Odyssey Teaching League, and it's been a crazy offseason of trades, free agent signings, and a bunch of league official changes.
Dan, crazy doesn't even begin to downplay what's been happening, starting specifically with retirement. Kerry, the legend, Hurley, speaking with reverence, most likely a first ballot Hall of Famer, has decided to step away from the OTL as the commissioner this last year.
Tough.
Huge void going to be left, and we're sitting here wondering what's in store for the OTL going forward.
Right you are, Pep, but the OTL, quick to act, and they are bringing seasoned veteran Becky Quigley up to the big leagues as the new commissioner. And Quigley comes in with a wealth of experience in the OTL, and we look forward to seeing her as the league commissioner. She'll be joined by Jessica Sabo taking over as the Dean of Scholars this year.
Dan, that is just the beginning of the crazy, as those two moves right there have depleted the DP department of 2 teachers, including taking a lead teacher away from the biology and science team.
With that, let's take a look at the free agent signings throughout the league.
All right, Dan. Undoubtedly, the most active in free agent signing would have been the Language B department, more specifically the Spanish part of it under new team lead, Miss Rafiti. They've gone out after some specific teachers to try to bolster their roster, to throw some shade at that Mandarin department, to show Mr. Lin and his cohorts that Spanish, not Mandarin, is the language of the future.
In bolstering their ranks, the Spanish team went out and got 2 new teachers, Miss Hilda Real Chavez and Rosa Bishop.
Also making strong moves in free agency was the science team, going out and bolstering the already depleted biology department by picking up Miss Sarah Gibbons. Miss Gibbons also coming in to teach that senior anatomy class, coupled with the new team lead, Miss McMahon's forensics class, makes this department classes one of the premier choices in the league.
Absolutely.
Along with Miss Gibbons, the science department used their first round draft pick to go pick up a highly touted Miss Evelyn Taco. Taco comes out of A.T. Still University. She comes in to teach exercise sciences and be the school's new trainer. Now, with all of that being said, word on the street is that feisty DP coordinator is looking to hawk that talent and move that class into the DP program next year.
Individual societies, arguably the strongest team in the OTL, is picking up Shawn Loving coming out of GCU. Go Lopes! He'll be led by Jessica Schmidt. She'll be taking over the department this year, and that team will be anchored by a man that is probably the strongest individual I know, Mr. Miller.
3-year All-Star coming in, making things right, Dan.
This team is going to need some good leadership this year. They have two childish characters, 2 slackers, 2 childish individuals on their staff with Mr. Hiatt and Mr. Arnoldy.
Good riddance to those guys, but hey, also promo that history class and those new senior electives led by none other than Miss Cassidy.
Woo woo!
Sweet. Moving on from the free agent signings, we want to look at the lower league call-ups. And nobody made more call-ups or more distinguished call-ups than the math and science department. Coming up from a 3rd grade team is a monster, Mary Gordon. She's moving up to revamp that physics department to take it to new heights and trying to catch the eyes of that DP coordinator to see if we can move that into a DP science. But it doesn't stop there, as Gordon was also picked up as a cohort teacher in the math department to help bolster their algebra classes. A huge call-up for science and math together. But maybe the biggest call-up is the call-up of Hall of Fame middle school teacher, Sarah Mullen. Mullen, first ballot Hall of Famer and reigning as the biology teacher of rank at the middle school, was scooped up by new commissioner Becky Quigley in one of her biggest and boldest moves to bolster the DP bio department in the freshman classes. We're excited to see where the science and math department can go with these new call-ups. Moving away from the teacher call-ups, let's take a look at the blockbuster trade of the year in the OTL. This trade happened between 2 teams that really don't get along, the INS individual societies and the language and literature team. A lot of bad blood between those two, don't you say they're deep?
Oh yeah, Hiatt, Caraway, Arnoldy, Caraway, whew, it's a battle every year.
Oh my goodness. So, giving away 2 first-round draft picks and $5 million. They pick up Wendy Jones, moving over from freshman lit to teach world cultures in the INS department. Jones brings with her a great style, great classroom management, and wonderful ELA skills that will be useful for the department in this time of pandemic and online learning.
Now, first time in history the OTL League has ever seen this happen. The English department is taking somebody from the D League. They are going straight to the Independent Studies class and picking up Luke Harris, and he's going to be taking over the freshman English department, a true dark horse this year.
And why I know that the people out there that are looking at the analytics of how possibly could you bring in a study hall teacher to be a significant lit teacher, I believe that they're not looking at what kind of sleeper Luke Harris is.
Very true.
Man's there, he's going to take this team under the tutelage of Kristen Caraway and team teacher April Brunk. Going to be an unstoppable force this year. I'm excited to see what they can do in the league. That's what we got for you today on the ISL Minute. I'm the coach, Pep Pepperman, along with
Dan the Deep Dietrich.
and we'll catch you next time on the ISL Minute.